Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Chat City with P. Ross. Conversations and interviews are in the queue. Listen or join in. Here she is, P. Ross.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again to Chat City with P. Ross. I am your host, P. Ross, and I am delighted and excited to have with me in the station today Southern Soul's A.G. Thomas. Thank you for coming in today, Mr. Thomas.
Hey.
I usually give a house applause right here, but my clap button is not working. It happens often here. I don't know why. It's just a little curse on me, I guess. And we also have his road manager here with us today, Mr. Thomas Ingram. Hello, Mr. Ingram.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I want to, again, thank you, gentlemen, for coming in with me today. All right. So it is the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. It is the holiday season. Christmas will be here in a few days. 18 days left.
Wow.
18 days left, okay? Are you ready? Have you got all your shopping done?
I haven't even started.
Hey, don't feel bad.
Time to get right.
It's time to get right.
Always last minute.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's a thrill.
Man, I got a gift on my doorstep before December 1st. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, time is winding up. Some do not celebrate Christmas, and that's fine. It's what your preference is. But either way, I just want to encourage everybody to just be kind around the holiday season. I mean, for several reasons, people don't celebrate. And for some, the Christmas season is a sad time.
Right.
For many reasons, so just be kind. And also, when someone's presenting you with a gift, be thankful.
That's right.
I mean, they may be spending their last to get you
Share
that gift.
Right.
They may be spending their last. I've seen so many people be ugly when they receive their gifts. Oh, I don't like this, or this ain't nice, or they didn't spend enough. Somebody, like I said, they may be giving you their last. So just be generous, be kind, okay? All right. Now, as I said, I have Mr. A.G. Thomas in the building today, and I am so very excited. Let me tell you about Mr. A.G. Thomas, or how I got to him. But before I do, I just want to say we're going to be talking about Southern Soul a little bit today through him. So what is Southern Soul? If you don't know, Southern Soul emerged from the southern states of the United States, okay? And it originated from a combination of styles such as blues, country, early R&B. It also originates from a strong gospel influence. And out of our black churches, that's where that gospel influence come from. And then raw blues. All right? And so this Southern Soul has also, it began in the 1950s. From my research, it started around the 1950s. And in the areas of Louisiana, Georgia, Memphis, and Tennessee. Am I on it, Mr. Thomas?
You own it.
I'm on it.
Girl,
okay.
You own it.
And we heard back then from artists such as Otis Redding, James Brown, Rufus Thomas,
Come on.
Bobby Blue Bland,
Yes.
and Eddie Floyd, Lee Dorsey, and Al Green. Al Green. All right. So Southern Soul also reached its peak, as they say, in the 1960s. And now you see a wave of Southern Soul coming back, I would say, since the 2000s, early 2000s. I myself was not, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. I wasn't really paying attention to Southern Soul. And I didn't begin paying attention to Southern Soul until I got into the entertainment business, which is about 6 years ago. I also do a vending side to my entertainment business. And one of the vendors that I know well in this area, Mr. Charles Justice, I'm going to give a shout out to him today. He said, hey, girl, if you go east of here, Southern Soul is what's happening out that way. And I'm like, really? Because I lived in Greenville, North Carolina. I worked in Washington, what they call Little Washington, North Carolina.
My cousin is from Little Washington.
Oh, really? Okay. So I worked out in that area for exactly 1 year, starting in 2010. And I did the type of work I was doing kept me at work all the time, around the clock almost. So I didn't go out. I didn't do anything but go to work and come home and go to sleep. So, but he brought that Southern Soul into my attention. And then Eddie Floyd, I mentioned the name Eddie Floyd earlier. Eddie Floyd, I heard his name floating around the venue that I use in the Aberdeen area, Aberdeen, North Carolina. He made a visit to the Aberdeen area. So, but going back to Mr. A.G. Thomas, on November the 16th, I believe it was November the 16th of this year, I made a trip to Charlotte, North Carolina, QC Soundstage. I want to give a shout out to TNT BS Media, Catherine Jones, who was responsible for getting me there. Shout out to Miss Jones. But I went to I guess it was a comedy / concert.
Right.
Yeah. And on the stage that night was A.G. Thomas.
Hey.
And so what I did, I'm not going to tell you what I did to get to him, but here we are today. And again, thank you, Mr. Thomas, for coming in.
That go to class.
Now, what I did wasn't bad. It's just my little method of networking. It's just my little special way of doing it. And he responded to my message. I'll put it like that, and we're here today.
And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yes.
A.G. Thomas. Mr. A.G. Thomas is a native of Raleigh, North Carolina. He attended, what's that high school?
Athens Drive High School.
Tell me a little bit about Athens Drive High School.
Oh, man, Athens Drive, I mean, it's the best high school ever. I mean, hey, hands down. And, better than, It was a really good school. I learned a lot from there, met a lot of good friends, they're still friends to this day. And I got to do, that's why I guess that's the word you say, honed in on my craft.
Okay.
For R&B. We used to do a lot of talent shows there. And yeah. Big shouts out to Jesse Meekins and Carlos Jones and Travis Jones and all them guys. The whole Athens Drive class of 90. We had a time.
Sounds like it.
And that's over in West Raleigh.
West Raleigh. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Off of Western Boulevard.
Off of Western
Haven
Boulevard.
Ferry Road.
Now, when you graduated high school, you went on to North Carolina Central University.
I did.
In Durham.
I did.
To study what? Hey, I do my research, man.
I went to study criminal justice.
Okay.
Yeah, picture that.
And why that major, if you don't mind us asking?
I guess as a young kid, I always wanted to be a police officer.
Okay.
That's something. I used to, man. And I was gonna say I was gonna become a lawyer. I thought I was gonna become a lawyer also. I wanted to just go to law school and all that good stuff. Yeah. I was infatuated with. I wanted to have me a cop car and have me a gun and all that good stuff and save the world.
Save the world. That's all right.
And yeah, and but it's kind of ironic, like. Some of the things that I chose in life or whatever, police officer, and those things that I chose don't go hand in hand.
Okay.
But
All right.
I'm free now, thank God.
Well, thank God for that. We're going to house applause for that.
That's right.
Mr. Thomas, so before high school, though, where did you discover, hey, I have this gift or I have a talent? Is it, did you discover it through your family who also may be musically inclined as you?
Man, my whole family sings. My cousins, they sing better than me. Big shouts out to little David, Tiffany, and Giovanna, and Kelly, and all them, Valerie, and all them, and Paulette. All of them sing. So my grandmother, she sung for years in the gospel world. Mm-hmm. She was like, man, my grandma could blow. She was kind of like reminded you of like Shirley Caesar, Mahalia Jackson type, and she down in Fuquay, New Providence Baptist Church down there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So she, I guess she heard my mama said that I was singing at the age of 5 or 6 years old, and I used to sing a song called "Going Up Yonder."
Oh yeah.
For quarters back then. So yeah, so they put me into the choir and things, and born and raised in that church, and were bred and raised in that church. So we went to what was that? Wednesday Bible study, Sunday. We go to church twice on Sunday, morning service, evening service, Sunday school. But my grandma and my mama would say, "Hey, you you have a gift," and I didn't know what they was talking about back then. That people would be crying in the church, and got a few people shouting when I sang and stuff like that. At the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, I sung at a whole lot of different churches, and I still do churches to this day. Yeah, folk call me to sing. I used to do a lot of weddings. Now it seems like I do a lot of funerals, but but it's all good. It's all good. I let the Lord. I'm just grateful and thankful for the gift that God has given me. And yeah, that's it right there.
Okay, so you noticed that you had that gift, or you discovered that gift at a young age. All right. Did you do anything with that once you entered into high school? Did you join any choirs?
I sung in the choir and in the gospel choir at Athens Drive. I sung in the chorus for ever since the 9th grade, and led a few of those songs and stuff, and then I started writing.
Right.
So I started writing. I used to sing over hip hop beats, and because I was a DJ also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was DJ, had my 2 turntables, and big up to my mother. My mother's just great, man. My mother she did, she's a single mom, and she just did the best she could, man. And she scraped and scrambled clean houses and bought me stereo equipment and DJing equipment and stuff. So I used to take the daggone, this was back in the day, you just take, like, let's say Sucker MCs or Nobody Beats the Biz or Biz Markie, make the music with your mouth biz. And I would sing over that while I was DJing. I ain't had no microphone, so I'd take the headphones and I would use the headphones as the mic and sing over that. And I ain't gonna say I'm the first, but the people that really know me know I've been doing this thing a long time. You sing over them break beats and stuff like that. Yep. Yeah.
All right. So, DJ influence, where'd that come from?
My DJing came from a guy named Bobby Lyons, DJ Assassin, and DJ Craze, and Money Tough, and Lance Light, and DJ Chaos, and all of them guys, man. You see them DJing, so I just wanted to DJ. I loved hip hop music back in the 80s, man. I just loved the beat and the rhythm and the cadence of the rhymes, and I did pretty. I was all right. I ain't gonna say I was the best. Oh, and Jesse Meekins and Travis and all them. We had a little crew. They were there from Kingwood, Forest, Bitmore Hills area, and I met them in the 9th grade, and we DJ'd all over Raleigh.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like I said, we had a time, man.
All right. Now, when you entered North Carolina Central into university, what was that like for you?
It was interesting. It was kind of scary going there from Raleigh, going to that big college, man. And I remember trying to find my classes, man. I missed about all of them, about almost the first week trying to find the classes, because I'm not good with directions. That's something I got to work on to this day. But but I got a chance to meet a lot of people, man, from different areas, from the DC area, the New York area, the Jersey area, East Coast, like a few folk from LA and things. And we still, some of these people, we still good friends to this day. And I got to say one to one of a special brother of mine. That's who the producer that's producing my records right now went to North Carolina Central. So I met him in 1990. So we've been friends for close to 30 years. And that's my brother, Michael Flowers, a.k.a. Mike City.
All right. I was going to ask you about Mike City, because I saw that name posted on some of your videos that you have out. So.
Yeah, Mike City. Yeah, Mike City is incredible. One of the best producers and writers to ever hit the game. He did I Wish, Carl Thomas, Brandy's Full Moon, Jamie Foxx Extravaganza, Dave Hollister, One Woman Man. The list goes. Sunshine Anderson. Anthony Hamilton. Sunshine Anderson, heard it all before. My dog here said Anthony Hamilton. So many. He has touched almost every R&B artist in the game, man. And I'm so grateful and thankful that he saw something in me to give me these hot records that he's given me, man. You know, and it's a brotherhood, you know, and I look at him as a brother, man. And you would never know that he's humble. Humble dude, man.
So tell us about the day that you met him, if you remember, and how you two began collaborating on your projects.
So, what's the guy? Rest in peace to Eli. Yeah, Eli had a studio in Durham. Eli was a contractor. He's a little older than us. Just passed away the day after Thanksgiving. Rest in peace, Eli. Yeah, so Mike City has started a group called Choice, and they had a song that was playing on the radio called "I Love It When You Smile." I love it when you smile. Yeah, and it was getting airplay on 97.5 back then without no label or nothing. It was kind of like a house group. So I remember being in high school. I said, man, I'm gonna meet them guys one day. I love that record, especially the bridge and the chorus of the record. And so when I got to school, man, they had a group whatever. I think Mike City started going out on his own, and he was producing and he started doing a solo project. So I think they heard me, some of the guys from Choice, Jeff and Sean Etheridge and Ed and Big Ed heard me sing at a talent show, and they put me in the group, man. And we did a song called "Just for Me," and we went to the Black. That's when the Black Expos was happening. We went to the Black Expos, and I was singing with them guys, man. It was like I just knew we was going to blow up, man. So that's how that happened.
Awesome. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Chat City with P. Ross on Oak 93.5 FM WRLY Raleigh. I have in the station with me today artist A.G. Thomas and his road manager, Thomas Ingram. All right. A.G.
Yes.
Your name, A.G. Is that your stage name or that's your birth name?
A.G. stands for all good. All gravy. A genius. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I love it. A genius.
Oh, no, my mother named me that, man. I remember my mama I grew up in Worthdale and Beverly Drive. Big up to all the Interlope folk, Christopher Terrell and all y'all out there. Growing up in Worthdale, and I remember my mother, she used to, when them daggone street lights came on, A.G. So it's actually Adrian Gregory is my first name. Gregory is my middle name.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's just the initials. That's all, and it just stuck with me all these many years. And so I shouldn't even told my government. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's all good.
All right. So your performance on the big stage. What was your first performance on the big stage? Outside of church and in front of the friends and family that you know.
Well, I would say in 1993 I left Central and I went to there's a group called Yag Fu Front that was on Mercury Records. They went to St. Aug, Bobby Lyons, he was the DJ, Brad Torn and Spinforth. They had a rap group called Yag Fu Front, and they they had heard me singing or whatever, and they put together a demo tape for me, but I was just mostly like hip hop beats with melodies or whatever. And it was like a 3-song demo and everything. And they sent the records, the demo out to like 2 record labels. I think it was Sony, Epic, and Capitol. Yeah, so I think they heard back from Epic or Sony. One of them, like, it's been 30 years ago. They heard back from them, and then heard back from Capitol Records. So, and yeah, big up to Mike City. Mike City came in and put in the chords of the song "Never Say Never" and everything. Helped me out with the backgrounds and how to format the song and the bridge and everything. So, I got signed to Capitol in 1993, and it was the first time I ever rode on a plane.
I saw that.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. First time I ever rode on a plane. It was 6 hours coming out of Carolina Pines, and man, I remember my grandma said, "Boy, don't you take no wood and nickels." Do you know? I'm just finding out right now what she meant by. Don't take no wooden nickels. Don't take no fake stuff. I guess that's what she was saying. And I got out there, man, and I was pinching myself. I saw the palm trees and all the Ferraris and Lamborghinis and the what's that Hollywood Walk of Fame. I stayed in the Roosevelt, right across, from the Chinese theater and things. And I signed the deal with them. A guy named Malik Levy. And guy named LO7 Seth now is a supermodel. You probably see him on all these covers across the country. Incredible. Malik Levy is working with BMI. And so I signed with them, came out with a single called Never Say Never. It did pretty decent overseas, and but they dropped the black music department. And we had, who was on that? Natalie Cole, Tracy Spencer, Portrait, me, and another group called Spearhead, I think. Yeah. So they dropped the black music department, and I came on back to Carolina Pines. But I was out there back and forth for like 2 to 3 years, and that was the big stage for me. I did a few little shows and things. Yeah.
Awesome. You've got a song out called One Man's Trash. We're going to play that in just a moment. But before we do, I want you to tell me the background on this story. On this song, One Man's Trash.
Well, it's kind of like one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know, you do dirt, you get dirt, or, there's always somebody, you treat your woman wrong. There's always another cat that's sitting there watching that's going treat your woman right. If you don't look out, what you might, do her dirty and treat her bad and misuse her and abuse her. That other man is waiting in the cut, and when he get her, he makes a treasure. So hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And for all the women out there, you ain't got to take no mess from no man. Do your thing, boo.
Now, did Mr. City help you with this song?
Yeah, City wrote it and did the music and produced it also. Okay. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on Oak 93.5 Chat City with P. Ross by A.G. Thomas. One Man's Trash.
Let's go.
Look here, baby. Now, I done sat and watched long enough. Man, how this clown treats you? He doesn't treat you like a real woman. He doesn't know what he has in you. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Oh, yes, it is. Don't settle, baby, you can do better. Oh, yes, you can. Listen, he ain't treating you the way he used to. He done turned into a slickster. All he wanna do is use ya, trying to make you feel lower than low, like you ain't got options, nowhere else to go. Now he's complaining about your cooking. Before we used to love it, now we sideways looking. If it's like that, you should get his things packed. While he's going out the front, I'll be coming in the back. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I know it is. Don't you say, oh, you can do better with somebody like me, yeah. A nerve of him dogging now, you're gaining some weight. Well, I like that thickness. Oh, baby girl, you straight. Talking to you any old kind of way. So disrespectful. Time that you let go of that loser and get with a real one. Love and happiness, that will be the outcome. Time for him to be a goner. I'll send him off in a Uber. I'll be right around the corner. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I know it is. Don't you say, oh, you can do better with somebody like me, baby. You don't know how to treat a real woman. No. You're in good hands. You're in good hands with me. It's trash, oh Lord. My baby, yeah. Oh, my Lord, yeah. Come on.
Hey, one man's trash. I'm sure the ladies appreciate that one, Mr. A.G. Thomas.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Chat City with P. Ross on Oak 93.5 WRLY Raleigh. I am talking to Mr. A.G. Thomas and his road manager, Thomas Ingram. Mr. A.G. Thomas is a performer of Southern Soul music. Mr. Ingram.
Yes, ma'am.
What's it like being a road manager for AG?
Actually, it's cool. I've been doing AG for a long time. I just travel with him to make sure everything on our end is, pretty good. Make sure he has his rooms, make sure his music is straight, and most of all, make sure his money is on point. Before we step on that stage.
Hey, I like him. I need him as a manager.
Before we step on that stage, you know what I mean?
That's right. That is right. AG, describe Thomas's management style.
Describe it.
Yeah.
Shrewd. Shrewd businessman. He don't play no games. Nah, he's like I said, I've been doing Thomas for a long time. So I was at a point in my life, I put out big up the EP Keys, man. EP Keys did a record called Good Times, man, which got me started. Southern Soul, up tempo joint. I love that record. And so, Thomas said, man, I like that record, man. Boy, you got a good record right there. So I said, oh, okay. So I got stuck. Like I did a show or two here and there, and I just didn't know which way to go. So, Thomas was calling me, and we was talking back and forth. I was like, man, I need some help, man. And he know everybody, and I said, man, I need some help. So he started getting these little shows and things around Durham. He's from Durham, around the Durham area, and he just, see, I'm shy. So and I feel like I stumble on my words and stuff a lot. That's just some character defects with me and things like that. Just my thinking. But I said, shoot, and he just started calling people, communicating with people, talking with folk, and the next thing you know, I was in Texas. I was in Detroit. I was in Mississippi, Alabama. I said, good, look at God. So yeah, he's a great guy, man, and a really, really caring person, yeah, man, and we here now, and we looking forward to the future, and I'm just thankful and grateful for this guy, man.
Well, I think it's wonderful when you have somebody like that in your corner to back you, and then also to do what he's done for you thus far. Mr. Ingram.
Yes.
Have you had any big challenges you had to come against when it comes to AG out on the road?
I ain't gonna say big challenges, but I'm trying to get him to be better at time management.
Okay.
let's put it that way.
I'm terrible.
He's not good at time management. So, that's where I step in at. But other than that, he's good. Like he said, he's shy. I'm trying to get him to get on social media a little more, you know what I mean? So people can see what he's actually doing, because believe it or not, people like to be involved in your inner world, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They like to see what you're doing, know where you're going, and at all times, just like the reality shows, they want to be in your business. Mm-hmm. So, but other than that, we don't have any issues.
Well,
we work good together.
I'm glad you two work good together, and I think that's wonderful. Now that you mentioned people want to know more about you, I think it's also important to have a little privacy about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to touch on today, too, was what's happening now with some of our biggest artists in the industry. Will Smith. Now you're hearing about P. Diddy. We've heard about what's the other artist I'm thinking about? Oh, R. Kelly. Yeah. These awful things are coming out about them now. And I mean, if the crime was done, I feel like, there should be something should be done about it. However, I mean, these are alleged incidences so far now with Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, whatever we call him. What is your response to what's happening now, if you're familiar with what's happening now? Do you two know what's going on with them now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tyler.
I mean, I don't know too much about what's going on with Puffy. I know one girl came out with some, saying some things that happened. Mm-hmm. I think in the early 90s or whatever it was. I think her name was is Cassidy or whatever. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Cassidy.
And I think she was actually paid off or whatever it was. However it happened, but that case went away.
$100 million.
And now it's I think it's two more girls allegedly, saying some things that happened. Mm-hmm. Then I also seen an interview with Aaron Hall. Mm-hmm. And he was telling all tale about what him and Mr. Diddy did back in the day. So I think that's going to take a play in it as well. But other than that, I really don't know too much about what's going on. Mm-hmm. I know the R. Kelly case, and he's in Butner right now. So mm-hmm. that's it.
Yeah. A.G., how do you feel about this type of thing that's going on now with these artists?
Well, I mean, how I feel about it, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. So like you say, it's alleged, and when you get in this industry and you make all this money and you get all this power and money, and people tend to lose they mind. Mm-hmm. and do things and think they are above the law and think they are God and do these things and you reap what you sow. I'm not saying that he did it. I don't know. I won't dare. But you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. You can't treat people any old kind of way. Mm-hmm. And I hate that, and I feel for the victims and everything, and that's something that, because once you get to making that bread and making all that money, man, things change, and, I'm saying to myself, I pray to God, it ain't all about the money. It ain't all about. I ain't trying to be famous. I love the craft, and I love to do what I do. I get energy from the people when I see the people vibing to my music and dancing to my music and loving my music, and especially when they sing some of the words. And that's what I'm here for, man. All that other stuff, man. You can't do that. You just can't do that. You got to learn how to say no to you. Once you get that sexual arousement, that whatever your vices is, you got to know how to say no to you, man. But I hate it for a dude, and it's a terrible thing. He done so much good, so much stuff, so many records, so many hits, so many, but what's the saying? What's done in the dark come out in the light, and yeah. So that's just alleged right now. So I don't know. He paid that $100 million.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and it doesn't necessarily mean that he's guilty. It may be that he just wanted to just get rid of this.
Right.
Disappear, as they say.
But this stuff has been going on for a long time, and it's not with just our culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the other culture too, and those people, like, they've been getting away with it for years. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been going on for a long time.
You mentioned AG being on social media. You helping him to not be so shy with working with it a little bit more. And early on, I mentioned something, and he asked, "Where did you find this information? How do you know that?" Well, I do my research, and I use a lot of social media for my research. Now, I will tell you this: I did see a video of you singing a song. You was not singing Southern Soul. You were singing Go-Go. Or you was with the Go-Go band.
Yeah, Project 919.
Project 919. Shout out to them. I am originally from Washington, D.C., so I am a lover of go-go music. I am a true fan. But, man, when I saw you sing this song, I don't remember what it is now, and it was almost as if you were making a selfie, or you were doing a selfie when you were singing this song. You sounded great, man. I mean, I'm going to tell you who I was reminded of. I mean, of course, you sound good. I mean, you've been to Capitol Records and all this and all that. But I was reminded of the late Chuck Brown.
Whoa.
When I heard you sing this song and using that go-go groove, man, I was like, wow. I love it. I love it.
That's deep right there. Thank you. Chuck is,
yeah.
It's the godfather of go-go.
Yeah.
Pay homage to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a monster.
So tell us about this go-go thing you're dabbling in now.
Well, I've been with the band for 5-6 years now. And what is his name? Oh man, but big up to John Spivey. They came to me, him and I can't believe I forgot his name. Lord have mercy. But they needed a lead singer in the band, and because there was another guy, Bradley, that was the headphones keep going in and out. Yeah, so he left the band, and I joined the band, and I wasn't gonna be in there, but for like maybe a couple of months or whatever to help them out, and we became a. What is that? Hearing back, coming back, but yeah, we became a family, man, and shouts out to Lachelle and Brian and Larry and Jasmine on the keys. Female, we got a female keyboardist that's incredible. All the musicians, Gino and all the horn players, it's just incredible. So and that band taught me so much, like as far as like the setup of the band, how to properly use a mic and how to do some proper sound check. Beverly is his name. Beverly is. Beverly is a genius. Beverly is the dean over in Colorado somewhere. He was at Shaw University, but now he took on this job and he left. and left the band in the hands of John Spivey. So yeah, so it's taught me a lot, like being on time because they'll find you. Just taught me like how to my harmonies, like, and how to be accountable and responsible, and I have played did so many shows in places that I never thought I would be with them guys with the Go-Go Band, man. Like some spots I'd be like, wow, dang, people they booked this venue, that venue, and it got my voice and my stamina up, as far as like I do like 2 sets, doing like 10 songs or whatever. So yeah, help me out vocally also, and it's been great. It's been great thus far.
So were you into Southern Soul prior to singing go-go?
Well, as a DJ, I did a section of what you call liquor house music. So, I'll play Theotis, Roy C., Johnny Taylor, all that good stuff in my set. And my grandfather listened to it so much, so I wasn't a huge fan. I liked it though. I liked it so, but I was at a venue in North Carolina, and a guy named Les Long, comedian Les Long, my boy, was talking about Southern Soul and was saying how this has been 4 years ago, and he was talking about how it was growing. And I said, "You talking about liquor house music?" He was like, "Yeah," and and he was naming these Tuckers, King George, and I hadn't heard of them yet, but I knew all the old school liquor house singers, artists and stuff, Southern Soul artists and the blues artists and things. And he said, I remember John, the manager of the band, was like, you ought to try. And I was like, man, I don't do no. I was thinking about doing going back into R&B or whatever. And then Les started talking about how, just talking about how good it was and how it was attracting so many crowds. And he has a venue out there, and he's bringing all these different artists, and it was packing the places out. And then I got back to listening to Tucker and George and Librato and all the other the guys that's coming, the new Southern Soul era. And I was like, dang, this stuff is hitting. And so I guess God put it on my heart. And one morning I woke up, man, I was like, man, I'm gonna try this. Well, I'm gonna do it with a different type of feel, like I still got a hip hop feel to my stuff, and we did the Good Times record, and people started liking it, and here I am today. So shouts out to Les Long.
Shout out to Les Long. Now you said you wanted to blend a hip hop feel. You still got that hip hop down in your soul, in your bones and stuff. And I'm a fan of hip hop too, the old school hip hop.
Old school hip hop.
Yeah. So this song that you have here, the 1-2.
Yes.
I noticed right away that was going to have a little hip hop to it when I didn't quite know how to pronounce until we got into the station today. I said, now how do you read this? How do you say this? How do you name this title? How do you say this title here? And you got it for me. So the 1-2, the 1-2.
The 1-2. Hit me with the 1-2.
Tell us about the 1-2 before we play it.
Well, the 1-2 was written and produced by Mike City also. So
Mike City.
The 1-2 is basically talking about, yes sir, my boy. And basically talking about as going up in the club and telling the DJ to put on the record and dancing and doing the 1-2 step. That's about the only. I got this little dance. Folk be laughing at me when I do my dance, and it's like, that's the 1-2. So the 1-2, it's just got the bottoms of the hip hop feel, and then we got some Southern soul added into it, and yeah. Scam likely. What are these spam calls? I'll tell you something, boy. Folk be out there trying trying to get you. But yeah, that's the one too, man. I love this record, and it's becoming a crowd favorite also. So it's just got a groove to it, man. It's just that's and then the bridge of the record is just like I'm a church boy. I am a gospel fanatic, you know, and that's after Southern Soul, I'm going to gospel, you know. But yeah, it's just got that feel, you know. It feels good to me. So it's a really, really good record. It's a dope record, man. So the 1-2.
The 1-2. Do you have a video for this one?
I do have a video for it. Yeah, I shot it at London Bridge, and I shot the part of that during the day was at North Carolina Central's homecoming. Last year. So shouts out to all my Eagles. Eagle Pride Amplified. Big shout out to Suleiman.
All right.
Wow, see.
All right. This is A.G. A.G. Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-2.
The 1-2. The 1-2. The 1-2. The 1-2. Hey, Mr. DJ, I got one request for you. Can you keep this party grooving on the 1-2? I'm stepping with the ladies, and I don't plan on losing them. So the more you keep it sexy, there's less chance of confusing them. So will you hit me with the 1-2? Stepping with the ladies. Afterwards I want to get it right. And go practice making babies. Hey, Mr. DJ, appreciate you looking out. Everybody's stepping. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, winning with the ladies. And you
That was Mr. A.G. Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, with the 1-2. You're listening to Chat City with P. Ross on Oak 93.5 FM. If you have questions for Mr. A.G. Thomas, feel free to call us real quick right now at 919-899-9305. I have time for one caller. Don't be shy. 919-899-9305. We also have in the station with us today his road manager, Mr. Thomas Ingram. Man, this has been good. This has been good here, learning about Mr. A.G. Thomas. I've also learned that you've shared the stage with or you've opened for Loose Ends.
I did, yeah.
And
I did this summer.
Rashawn Patterson.
Yeah.
Loose Ends
crazy.
is one of my favorite groups, man. Tell me what that experience was like.
It was like a dream come true because, like I was saying, as a DJ back in the day, that's all we used to play. You got me hanging on a string.
Yes.
Take a little, stay a little while, child.
Yeah.
That's Rashad Patterson. He's incredible. And I got to give Tommy the credit for that, and big up to Suleiman and Leslie, his wife Leslie, the Dome Group. So they got me on that show and opened up for that show at the Cocoa Booth Amphitheater, and it was like. Boy, it was like a dream come true, man. So being on that stage, for being out there in the audience for so many years, looking at my peers and those that I idolize, to being on that stage was like, and to seeing my mama out there, my uncle, my wife, my kids didn't come, and so a few friends that came. It stormed that day, but folk, we still had a good crowd out there. People still came out, man, and the Loose Ends did they thing, sounded just like the record. So I got a chance to meet them and everything too. I got to post that. I haven't posted that. I post the show and everything, but I haven't posted that. But yeah, it was incredible.
Were you nervous?
Like to die.
You should have seen me trying to get him out of the dressing room. It's time to go on. It's time to go on.
What did he do?
Nothing. He was just taking his time.
I'm slow.
Because in that amphitheater, it's in the basement. You got to come up through the elevator to get to the stage.
Okay.
So I was trying to get him out the dressing room.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was scared to death. I just get up there and say, because a lot of people don't know my music. They're starting to know my music, but but I be thinking like, I be all up in my head like, are they gonna feel this? Are they gonna like this? Or are they gonna, what I'm saying? So I be just like, just making my own self sick. But when I get out there and the energy from the crowd and everything, and they feeling my music, and it's just I take it there then. Yeah. Get into my vibe. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about your family. You mentioned your wife and your children. How do they feel about what you do as an artist?
Well, they've been riding with me with this dream for the past. I've been with my wife for 26 years now.
Awesome.
But yeah. Just a wonderful. Just a wonderful being. I don't know what I would be without her, man. Sticking with me through it all the stuff that I've gone through, and my kids. I got two twin boys that's 23 years old, and they're identical twins, and they're and I got one of them boys is about to be a daddy, so I'm about to be a granddaddy.
Awesome,
yeah.
That is wonderful.
Y'all first to know. Yeah, so and my stepdaughter Naya and stepson Brandon, and just they support me, man, and I couldn't ask for no more. My wife comes to majority of my shows and things like that, and and cheers me on. Can't ask for no more than that. My backbone,
So we see so many marriages falling apart. Share with our listeners what you do to help keep it together, and this may help someone else that's listening.
Well, you got to be honest, you got to be honest. You got to keep it 100. You gotta be there. It's 100, 50-50, or 100 and 100. You know, and you got to bend. You got to listen to her. You know, you got to listen to her. You got to listen to her concerns and her needs. You know, and vice versa. You know, and you just gotta block all the haters and all the other mess, because it's 2023 with social media, all that other stuff. You got to block it out. You know, I'm not perfect. I have made a lot of mistakes. I have done some stuff that I'm not proud of, but you know, like I said, like she's stuck in there with me through it all. You know, yeah. So that's what communication is key, and just be having and having a monogamous relationship, man, and you know what? The most important part of it all is God.
Amen.
God, forget this. How can God.
Amen.
Put God in that relationship in all you do, and you can give it over to God. Trust in the Lord, you know, and He will direct your path. So that's all God. Let go and let God.
Okay. Hey, our time is slipping away from us quickly. All right. There's one thing I'm going to request that you do for us today, Mr. A.G. Thomas, for the Christmas season before we leave the air. But before we do, I just, again, want to thank you and your road manager for coming in today, being on Chat City with P. Ross, and sharing who you are and what you do. And I know we're going to hear a lot more from you in the near future. I have no doubts about that. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the near future. But in these last few minutes, would you be so kind to end our show a cappella with a Christmas song of your choice?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Look, y'all. Now, I've been, as Tommy can tell you, I've been sick now. I got a COVID shot and a flu shot at the same time, and that thing put me under.
Now, I think I saw you singing something, again, social media. Did I see you? And maybe I got this confused with someone else. Singing Silent Night.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I need Silent Night. Yeah, I need the crew with me, my little cousin in there. But
we got a few seconds. Just
okay,
a little something.
Well, happy holidays, everybody. And you know what? We didn't talk about my stint with Rough Riders with DMX and Eve, and big shout out to Derek Gill, Antoine Staten with Parlay. But we'll get on the next one. But
we'll bring you back on.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
We'll invite you back to the show.
Little something. Let's see. Hang on the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. Dun-dun-dun-dun. This Christmas, fireside and blazing bright.
You've been listening to Chat City with P. Ross on Oak 93.5 FM. We'll see you next week. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Yes.
Oak 93.5 is a low-power FM service brought to you by Triangle Access Broadcasting, a non-profit corporation. WRLY LP Raleigh.